But in either case, we come back to the shattering of the window, and all lights in the room just go out from the brutal cold wind soaring through. And in that moment where everybody just kind of freaks out for that briefest instant of questioning what the hell just happened, hearing the cry of a young woman, and everybody turning their sights to Silas and Harley, where he has her by the throat, and a dagger clatters to the ground, having a bit of blood on it. Bry is going for his weapon, and you just see Silas starting to pick her up by the throat. What do you guys want to do?
So, last time you told me that I had noticed that Harley had a stab wound.
Silas has the stab wound. I would say because you're close
Sorry,
enough in your
status.
passive
Yeah.
perception, Silas has the stab wound. There is a clear cut on the side of his outfit.
It does. It look like the dagger would have fallen from Harley's hands.
Make an insight check for me.
First roll of the night. Nice.
There is a very brief moment when you're kind of looking between the two of them, and it seems almost like Harley could have held on to that dagger, but dropped it.
Alright, I'm gonna cast command on Silas, saying
Okay.
halt.
15. Oh my god, my first viewer of the campaign. Hey, how you doing, Sweet Poison? Sorry if I don't respond very much because we are in a D&D campaign. You go to cast command on him, and there's that briefest moment you feel the magic kind of try and hold on to him, but with a flutter of his eyes, nothing.
Fuck. Fuck it, I'll cast
And
it again.
okay, before you do just see him kind of turn his eye, try to glance back towards you, just says, I understand. You're trying your best. I'm gonna go for it again.
Yep.
But once again, with a flutter of his eyes,
Son of
he's
a
unaffected.
bitch.
Okay,
Is it
so
not alright
Silas
that
is holding
Harley?
Harley.
Yep, these two.
Okay.
Old
And
So
he
man
just
has a
kind of
little
gives you
girl.
another
can
look
you
of,
move Silas off to the right? Or Harley? Just there we go. No, one of the two so that the names are more
oh,
clear
okay, okay.
who's who. Okay, there we go. Thanks.
But he
Um,
does look at you, Ashana, kind of turns his head a little more this time, goes, isn't it natural to defend oneself when attacked? And you hear Harley kind of just speak through grasping breath. I panicked. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna look at a Bry. What's he doing?
Abrai steps up and he holds his short sword to Silas's neck. Unhand her now. You just see him kind of just smirk a little bit. We're all diplomats here, aren't we? I simply want to know why. And you hear a response once again. It's like, scared. Abrai kind of pulls the short sword just a little closer to his throat. I said, unhand her. You would hear the slamming of the table from across as Cecil has now stood up. Isn't brandishing anything. Just stood up, says, this is a dinner of order, and you're not meant to have internal complications. I suggest you unhand her if you wish to return one day. A
So,
moment of hesitation.
question:
Mhm.
how does grapple work in 5th edition?
You make an athletics check versus their athletics check, and it just drops them to 0 speed. But since we're not in combat, I'm willing to accept more flair if you want to.
Okay. Well, at the moment, regardless of, so from Delana doesn't have the perspective that Ashana does, so she's assuming that Silas is just the aggressor. And at this point, because Harley was sort of like squeaking out what she said about she panicked, that didn't really click. So Delana's gonna go up and just try to fucking grapple this dude.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Don't throw like ass.
So how are you
Okay.
grappling him as you go to reach for him? And it very much seems like Silas is not necessarily fighting back as much as he's very calm. So how are you grappling him?
Grabbing his hair, pulling it back, and then see if I can catch this on camera. Do this bit. So if he's holding Harley, just if you grab someone by their tendons here, it can loosen their grip.
Yeah,
So
I know what you're
Delana's
saying.
just gonna do this, grab his like tendons under the forearm, loosen the grip on Harley while like yanking his head back to like disorient him.
As you do so, one thing of note is he doesn't really resist you. When you pull his head back, that does feel like he does resist a bit. But as you grab onto his arm to try and lock onto his tendon, you notice, just because you're in physical contact, that it wasn't your move that caused him to release his grip, as much as he seemed to just do it voluntarily, to follow with what you're doing.
Okay, so then I'm going to, I guess, drag him back one square. Yeah,
As
just
Harley,
separating the two. We'll start there.
as Harley drops to the ground from the about foot height that he lifted her, you immediately see a bride kind of trying to make sure she's okay while still holding the sword towards Silas. And once again, you feel no resistance to Silas as you pull him back. And it is something to note that his wife has not made a single move, does not seem worried in any way, and is just simply sitting at their table with their hands together with a faint smirk on her lips.
Yeah, that's not sus or anything.
Yeah.
That's
And as you're
fucking weird.
kind of pulling Silas back, you kind of see, you hear him say, I take it you understand I'm not the one at fault here now. And you feel him kind of tense his arm against you for a moment, and there's some muscle there.
I'm
What
gonna move.
matters is diffusing the situation, which means separating you two.
I'm gonna move up to Harley, and if she's on the ground, kind of squat down as much as I can. What do you
She's
mean
holding
you?
onto her throat, trying to catch her breath.
What do you mean you panicked?
It went dark. I can't see.
So you.
Crash is loud. Night. And you kind of watch her. She kind of scrambles to go for the dagger, and she holds it like with both hands, just trembling.
So you stabbed Silas.
I poked it out. I didn't mean to. And a bride kind of
Does
props in here. She's had no formal training. It was given to her in case of emergencies.
did you just start swinging it around blindly?
She just looks down in shame.
Does she seem fairly truthful in this?
Make an insight check. No! I didn't mean that. There you go. I hope that just made it go poof.
Nope.
Oh? Really?
I mean, I see the old one. Yeah.
There you go. Damn it.
Here, it's still
God
there.
damn it.
There, now it's gone.
Oh wow, you have a wider screen than I do then, or taller, I guess.
Yeah, I have a 30-inch or 31-inch.
Yeah, no, that's so much bigger than mine. It's a 24. Yikes.
Yeah, I got 3 of them.
Jesus. But
Helps when you're streaming.
You get the sense that she's flustered. She's not exactly in the right mind at the moment.
But can't tell whether or not she's telling the truth.
It's hard to tell, just because there's truth to the words and also not, is how I'll put it.
I'm gonna start looking around. Is there anyone who looks like they may be concentrating, like holding a spell or something?
Make a perception, insight, or arcana check, your choice. As you're kind of keeping an eye around, and remember, you don't have dark vision, correct?
No, I'm just standard human.
Okay. So with the faint light around in the room, you don't really get a glimpse of anybody seeming to be focusing intently on this in any other way besides attention-wise.
I had casted light when this all first happened.
Mm-hmm.
So there is light around, just...
Yeah. It was 2020, so it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it is very helpful.
Yeah.
At which point you'd see Cecil start to kind of march her way off towards the group. And she kind of places a hand on her shoulder to Lana and just goes, "He is still royalty. I'm going to need you to unhand him."
Do so.
As you do so, Silas just kind of relaxes, rights his outfit. "Forgive me for being skeptical of being afraid." He takes a step forward, to which a bride kind of steadies the blade even closer towards him.
I'll look to Cecil and say, if you would so like it, I may be able to find out the truth of the situation.
You see her kind of look at you for a few moments. "How so?" She takes a step closer as well.
And I will stand, all around everyone, and I will ask that all of you, in the sake of honesty here, not to resist this magic. And I will look directly at Cecil when I say this, and just give her a nod.
Bri is the one that speaks up and says, "There will be no magic casting of any kind on me or the fair lady."
Then you would admit guilt.
"I need not be interrogated for nothing I've done wrong. She's but a child."
And yet she has stabbed someone.
You kind of see tears starting to well in her eyes at that.
I do not fully trust that it was just blindly flailing around. Not fully. So if you would like to clear her name, magic must be used.
I'd much rather her name not be insulted. To call her a liar.
I am not calling her a liar. I'm just wanting to find the truth.
And she's spoken, has she not?
And I'm going to cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
And as I cast it, I will be saying, do not resist. I think... So, 15-foot radius, so... That actually hits, Maisel Dudman, also. And Delana.
Yes, it does. It also hits Delana, technically.
Yep.
So, Delana, you want to make a wisdom saving throw? Or do you want to just let it hit you?
I'm not going to resist anything Ashana casts.
Okay.
I know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw.
Yep.
So...
Oh, God,
That is if they, do a saving throw or willingly fail.
Well, everyone except for Brian Harley have the magic envelop them. Meisel did try to fight it, but it seems like he had no idea it was going to hit him. Failed epically.
Just gotta give a wry look over to him, like, okay, good to know. I'll turn to Silas. Did you attack Harley before you were stabbed?
Absolutely not. I'm a diplomat. As much of a king.
I will turn to Cecil and say, those two denied what I... No, sorry, not the right words I'm looking for. Out of game. Those two decided to take it upon themselves to resist, so anything they say cannot be held as truth. And
You hear a Bry speak up at that point. Says, I made myself clear. I am not to have me or the fair lady interrogated for nothing more than a child's misdeeds.
so says you, and I will nod to Cecil and I will walk back.
As you kind of step back, Cecil does step forward while Bry is kind of trying to get Harley to stand up a bit. I wish I could offer you time and space in the room, but you're going to stay here for the time being. She kind of looks at Harley for a moment. If you wish to catch your breath, we have a new window where you can get some fresh air, unfortunately. See a minor smile come to Harley's face from that. And a bride just kind of gives Cecil a nod. Never sheathing his weapon, he kind of pulls Harley towards the back of the room. Just so they're outside of the rainfall that's crashing into the room itself.
And
Cecil
the
herself
broken
kind of
window
stands
is
pretty close.
is towards the bottom side of the screen.
The doorway is down there. You can kind of see a little bit of the lip right there.
Okay.
The window itself is towards the north side.
That's what I was asking.
I'm actually going to walk up to Silas, kind of tap him on the shoulder. And when he turns to look at me, I'm going to place my hand over his wounds and cast Cure Wounds. And say, my apologies.
Make a perception check for me. Make a perception check for me first.
Okay.
That'd be just enough.
Alright.
As you kind of go to place your hand over his wound, You take note that where the wound was showing blood, it still has blood in the clothing. The blood never continued to flow. Which kind of gives you the immediate idea from your medicinal knowledge that that wound could not have closed up that quickly if it was still there.
Okay, so
And you never saw him cast any sort of magic on himself. Or anyone, for that matter.
would I know what type of... And he's human, right?
Yep.
Um... Do I have, like, detect evil or anything?
I'm gonna message you something, DM.
Yep. I saw you typing.
Do I have, like...
If you want to whisper to me, Sivo, you can do /W space DM, and it'll send me a message right here on Roll20. Or you can do Discord. Your
Cool,
choice.
cool. Yeah, I'll do that.
Do I know what type of creatures might have regenerative abilities?
As a generic term, there's a lot of them. Ones that look humanoid. What should that be? Either... I would say go ahead and make a history check.
Oh, thank God. I'm proficient in that one, at least.
There's a number of things that can have regenerative abilities when it comes to humanoid-esque creatures. And one of them being mostly dark affinity things like possibly creatures of necromancy or creatures of the undead. One thing more in particular that has instantaneous regeneration that would kind of come to you as an instant just because it's like, well, yeah, that's a little obvious, are vampires. You can strike them down, but cutting them doesn't really do anything. You need divine magic for that. Stuff like that.
God, and I don't think I have, like, detect evil with this one. Fuck. I could turn undead.
I imagine Sean just being like, "Get out of here." Turn undead, just like, "Get out of here. I don't want your kind here."
Stop it.
Siva runs out of the room. Wait.
Wait a minute.
Oh no, you found out.
Okay,
They're here
so...
for me.
Yeah, so after I realize the wound's already healed, I'm gonna apologize for my cousin. And, thank him for his cooperation. And just kind of take a step back.
He just raises his hand playfully, kind of just lets you step away.
I'm gonna whisper to Delana. I think he might be a vampire. Because between the command spells not working, and now this.
Oh, was that command spell not working? Was that a in-game or out-of-game comment?
Out of game. Yeah.
Out of game.
Yeah.
That's what's going through Shauna's mind. Yeah.
Yeah. Between the history check, the command spell's not working, and now him not needing to be healed. Does he seem pale?
Rather, but you also have not seen him leave this castle in the slightest. At the very least, you know the other
Does he
members
have
do
a
leave the castle at some
Transylvanian
point.
accent? Sorry.
God damn
Is it
it.
Adam Sandler?
God damn it.
It's Jim Curry, actually.
I hate it here.
Carrie.
Jim Curry? Oh, God. It'd be the best type of curry. Or the worst. So what
Do
is...
anything in the meantime, as in the far end of the room, O'Brien and Harley are still continuing to kind of not so much embrace each other, but just kind of keep each other from doing anything at the moment.
I'm just gonna be keeping a keen eye on, like, everyone in this room. Like, what their reactions are, their mannerisms, how they're taking all this in.
Yeah.
You notice that the council themselves are kind of like getting close to one another, kind of whispering amongst each other at this point. Seem like in a very tense and serious conversation. All while the crash of thunder and the flashes of lightning continue on the outside. With the rainfall still forming. And this tense, ever-present silence. And there does come a moment where you do see that Harley kind of raises both her arms as she lets a bride who seemingly intently was asking for a checkup of her to make sure that she has nothing else wrong with her. And he does so very thoroughly and very appropriately before she would drop her hands again. And she would just kind of just go to sitting on the steps. A little bit of a rain splashing onto her back, but she doesn't seem to fully care. Cecil at that point would kind of walk back a little bit, and she starts to kind of converse with Silas a little bit, asking if he had any sort of conversation with Harley during the party that possibly could have had her react that way. He doesn't deny it so much as he's just very smooth. He's just saying that he didn't see anything, he didn't figure anything of her. Just seemed like a very young and fine lady, an up-and-coming princess of sorts.
This whole time,
Mhm.
what's Lestrana been doing? And how's she been looking? Like,
Still calm as the breeze in a plane. And once Silas sat down and you kind of excused yourself away from him, they kind of just went back to kind of chit-chatting a little bit. Not loud by any means, but they've just been kind of conversing with each other. Kind of just talking about how that was quite the event. Indeed. Well, trouble tends to follow us now, doesn't it? It tends to follow you. You're the one who enjoys it. Indeed. Kind of like little husband and wife banter back and forth.
I'm mostly keeping my eye on them. That
There comes a moment where the rest of you feel the thunder and lightning closing in on the castle once again. That booming, crashing, vibrating the entirety of the room itself like it had before. And there comes a moment as you're kind of focusing on Silas and Lestrana, who are kind of just been kept company by Cecil for a little while. You notice Harley and Abrai stand up, Ashana. And during one of those crashes and flashes of lightning, you see the both of them kind of look towards the sky. And they both just begin to walk ever closer towards the window.
I'm gonna call out to them as loud as I can.
You watch
Like,
as...
before I do that, does it look like they're mindlessly walking towards the window? Or
Make
is
an
it...
insight check.
Yeah, this is... I was gonna say don't fail me now, but god damn it!
Wow.
As you
That is an impressively bad roll.
Yeah.
That was a 2.
Really
That was a
close.
2.
You watch as the two walk towards the window, and as they kind of get towards the edge, as you call out for them, all heads turn to look down that way. And you even see Rinra at the far end, the female drow, kind of cover her mouth in shock at what's seeming like is happening. Abrai turns around, and you watch as he flourishes that cape of his and bows proper. As he stands up, he merely looks at all of you with a sly grin on his face. Tonight was a wonderful performance. And as he raises his arm, you watch as Harley raises her other arm, so they're right next to each other. And in that moment, you hear the crash and the flash of lightning. Go ahead and make it perception checks, all of you, for me.
Fucking Christ.
Good God. Oh
Here it goes again. I had 2 good rolls, and that's gonna be it for the rest of the night.
Alright, come on, Sibo. Oh, yeah. You get Bart in on this. There's your perception food. There it is. And Cordal. Alright, Cordal. Good job, Bart. As that flash of light rings in the entire room, and it causes each of you kind of recoil ever so slightly. That is by far the closest it's been since the window crashed open. And in that moment that you kind of regather yourselves and you look for them, and the both of them are gone. And you just hear kind of Cordal call out and just goes, "They were taken by a bird. You guys saw that, right?"
What?
No.
Just snatched them by their arms.
Is everyone else still in here? Just not the 2 of them?
Just not the 2 of them.
What in
And
the...
you kind of see a brief moment of recognition on Cecil's face, and she's starting to storm out of the room.
I'm
You
gonna
just hear
follow.
a faint chuckle coming from Silas, just kind of goes, "Well, at least you have a good hunch there, girl." And he says that towards you, Ashana.
Yeah, I'm following Cecil.
As you...
And I
Is
follow
anybody else
Ashana.
following?
I follow Ashana.
Sibo, what are you doing?
I'm already standing at this point, but I'm just gonna like stay here and look around. A bit confused, to be honest.
Okay. As Ashana and Delana follow Cecil, you immediately notice that as she exits the room, she goes to the very first guard that she sees and says, "Put out a search for Harley and her guard. Something tells me they're not who they are, and even if they are, it's inexcusable to attack another guest of royalty. Search the city, search the area. I don't care how long it takes. Be mindful and be aware. It might be dangerous." Now she kind of turns to see you guys following her along. She kind of looks at you with a hard eye and goes, "I think you come to the same conclusions I have."
You also seem to have some type of recognition with them. Who are they? Really?
Actually, despite I don't have recognition of them. I'd questioned it since the moment they arrived. But Barmek swore he knew them. Iba was welcoming of them, and Tylark, being the social man that he is, seemed it rather okay to allow nobodies to join in on this festivity. Kind of gives you a bit of a hard eye on that one.
Give her a smirk. That, those people. Also, Silas and his wife. What do you know of them?
See her pause for a moment, kind of like trying to puzzle the words in her head. Only what I must. And most of it being very confidential.
I'm gonna take a couple steps forward so I'm right next to their ear. Well, how tall are they again?
Cecil, she's about 6 foot.
Okay, so not quite her ear, but you know what I mean. And I'm gonna whisper, "Are they vampires?" And I take a step back. Try to see the look on her face at all.
You see a face of utter confusion
Okay.
and wonder at that. Not even needing an insight check for that one, as
Okay.
her little face just contorts to like a "what the fuck did you just say to me" moment.
Give her kind of a shrug. Then what do you know of them? They seem fishy also.
What in the primal plane are you speaking of?
Well, the commanding magic I had no effect on him. He seemed to have healed himself without any form of magic. There was no casting around when I went to go heal it for him. There are very few creatures that can do that, and usually none of them are good. And one of the biggest suspects is a vampire. And he also seemed to be a bit stronger than what his body shows. Now, that may not be much, but his wife seemed to be unfazed through all of this. To me, that's a little more suspect.
Make a persuasion check.
Yep.
You see evident hesitation in her eyes. I understand. You two come from good places. But I am the protector of this city and this castle. It would never slip through my information that I have welcomed a dangerous entity such as a vampire into my walls.
Well, it seems that there are already dangerous entities here, as seen in that little showing. I'll kind of gesture back towards the room. What is one more? Or two?
You see struggle and internal complication just painted all over her. She's not good at hiding emotions.
Most military people aren't.
Yeah.
Or they're too good. It's one end of the spectrum. Like, there's no middle ground usually.
Yeah, there's no middle ground. It's either they give everything away or they're really good at hiding it.
Yeah.
She is the former. And you kind of watch as he starts to kind of walk past you back towards the dining hall. You've given me far too much trouble than you're worth. Doesn't
Yes,
say that
but
so much insultingly as much as, God damn it.
it's always good to be on your toes, though. I'll fall right after.
Following cousin.
I'll kind of look back to Delana. Are we having fun yet?
Yes. It's gotten interesting.
You look good in that dress.
Thank you.
The very elegant, form-fitting dresses that y'all had custom made for each other. Or for yourself, sorry, for
Yeah.
yourselves. At this point, Cecil, who enters back into the room, and you would see that Siva, but she does not actually approach any closer. She stays beside the door, arms crossed, and leans against the wall. And you get a very, very, very easy idea that she's keeping far more intention towards the left side of the room. Meanwhile, Rinra and Meisel are currently in a minor conversation themselves. The council looks like they're silently arguing between each other. Barmek being the one who's not silent, as he, very much in a dwarfish manner, is not keeping his voice lowered in what they are to do over people who have just suddenly shown up and crashed the party. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna join the rest of the group and just kind of. So, what do you guys think? Sibo?
I mean, everyone here just looks confused, just like me. So I don't know.
Except for Silas and Lestrana, who are literally just chit-chatting amongst each other.
I'm confused for them.
Okay.
Cordell kind of just perks up and goes, I mean, are we gonna, like, chase them, help them? I mean, who gets taken by a bird?
Someone who wants to be taken by a bird?
What kind of bird?
It was black, and, like, there was these, like, crackling lines in its wings. Like, I think it got struck by lightning or something.
How big was the bird?
Big enough to carry the both of them off.
Okay. So it wasn't like magically touch them, they go poof. It was just physically grab them because so big. Okay. That narrows
Can I
things
roll
down.
maybe a history check? See if there's anything that could, bird that I'm aware of, that matches that description.
I would say nature on that one, because that is an animal.
Okay. Well,
unfortunately,
no,
Delana
requires
doesn't
me to
really.
roll dice.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Delana doesn't really care about animals all too much. At least not birds.
Man, your online dice and your real life dice act about the same.
Yes, they do.
You're our version of Will Wheaton, then.
Yeah. Actually, no, that'd be my ex. She rolls so many fucking ones, dude.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Charlie rolled like 10 ones in one session.
Yeah, Charlie rolled like ass.
So.
I mean, you know, Bart's kind of perking up his. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, we know where they're going, right? I mean, girl said she's from what's his place? You know, Basil Melker, that place. We could chase him down, right? We know where we're going.
We could, but why? Who are they? What do they want? Why would they even need to be?
They crashed a party of nobles. I mean,
yes, but what are we gonna do with them when we find them? Like, yes, they crashed a party of nobles, but that does not warrant a death sentence or, you know, us random adventurers to find them. Just
turn them in here. Who knows? Might be a little something for us.
something just isn't sitting right with me.
I don't think we ate yet, so I don't think it can be that.
You did have dinner, by the way. I was so hoping you'd say it. I was so hoping you'd say it.
Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna kind of like pat Sibo on the head and just no, not like that, Sibo. If we're missing something or we don't have all of the information. And
So
I don't.
far, and in a tone so that is in a volume that doesn't leave the group. This feels a whole lot like not our business.
Give me a quick second, guys. I am being beckoned for some reason.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna bio while we're at it.
Yeah, good call. Me too. Okay, okay. Man.
Always fun helping replace a tire. So have you guys got anything planned yet, or still talking?
I.
We just took a bio break.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I imagine so. Just asking in case I need to start getting anything set up.
I mean, unless Cordal or Bartholomew has other things, I almost feel like just keeping an eye on people or leaving, one of the two.
Okay.
Because this whole Silas Lestrana shit, They're giving me the weird vibe. It also might be the name Silas.
Why?
Uh-huh.
I said the same thing.
Uh-huh. Oh, shit. Yeah. But those two, we don't have enough the other two, we don't have enough information on who they are. They could have been just some random con people for all we know. They could have been pickpockets, even. Just very good pickpockets.
They must have been convincing enough to convince that person that they were supposed to be here.
Or they had magic.
Magic makes people convincing.
You know, stuff that would beguile the mind, and you know, typically vampires aren't too susceptible to that thing. I'll say that really quietly as I look towards Silas and Lestrana.
Here they are, still just kind of chit-chatting away.
Yeah.
In fact, they kind of starting to do a little flirting between each other again. Very much seem like they are very close.
I'm rewatching Supernatural, so all I want to do is just splash them with holy water.
Season 15 was such a mess.
I missed like the last 2 or 3 seasons, so I'm rewatching it all from 1. I'm on season 3 right now again.
The only thing I have to say is the writers themselves fully admitted they wrote themselves into a corner.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
That sucks.
It felt like it during the season, but then once it was like, oh, hey, the show's over, here, let's interview everybody about how it was. And the writers really went like, oh, we kind of wrote ourselves in the corner making this person the villain, and we kind of had to find a way around it. It's just like, yeah, that was kind of obvious.
Okay. Still say one of my favorite characters on there is Crowley.
Yeah.
Yes, Crowley is
the fucking best dude.
I always love the meme going around. It's like that one time a demon blessed an angel, and it's like Castiel sneezing, and he goes, "Bless you."
Oh,
Oh fuck, dude.
the greatest.
Yeah.
I was gonna say saint ever, but yeah, that wouldn't work.
Oh man. One of the best ones I remember is when they gave him like human emotions.
Oh yeah, when they were injecting him with Demon Bond, I'm like, oh yeah, we have to convert you back into a human. It's like, oh yeah, I mean, oh boy,
Oh shit.
Crowley back to a human, huh? Let's see how that goes.
So fucked. Huh.
Unless Delano has anything else to add to this, which I'm not too sure she will.
Yeah. So how much information can I recall on vampires? Like what they might not like, weaknesses.
The biggest thing that you remember, especially with the 19 like that conventional weaponry doesn't hurt them. Like I said, divinity is by far their bane, and they are incredibly hard to kill for whatever reason. You never really found the exact reason as to why, but even with divinity, for some reason, they are incredibly hard to kill.
You say like non-conventional weapons, you're talking like magical weapons, yeah?
Non-magical, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Did that dagger seem magical?
No. I can say that about the bat just because it looked like any old run-of-the-mill everyday dagger. Nothing was changed to it, nothing was added to it.
Okay.
So if there was something magic to it, then it would not have been obvious, and you probably would have needed to analyze it Otherwise, that was just a normal ass little dinky dagger.
Delana just said that they think that it's not the party's problem. They can hear us,
Yeah.
which isn't creepy at all. But
Where'd they say that at?
I was gonna
Discord.
say. Oh really? I didn't get a notification
Oh.
for it.
Oh.
Not the creepy part, but
He's got his phone with him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
it
he's
didn't
got
notification
earbuds
for
on.
it.
Kind of like when I get up, this is a wireless headset. I can hear you guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then yeah.
You would then, at some point, kind of feel the awkward air kind of pass through a little bit, and Mizo would be the first one to kind of excuse himself from the party and make his way out. Be the first one to leave in a very silent and awkward affair. Rinra would then follow, and she would very properly excuse herself from everyone, including the party.
Give her a slight nod. Before we leave, or before Cecil leaves, I would saddle up next to her and remind her of what we had talked about before all this happened. About the woodworker's shop and the person involved with the happenstance up north.
Thank you for the reminder. I have a lot of work ahead of me now.
Yeah. I'm sorry for my part in that, but it seemed necessary. Give her kind of a little wry smile.
Kind of scoffs a little bit.
And this is why you're paid the big bucks, huh?
This is also why I do not welcome the outside as well as the rest of my comrades too.
This is fair. The outside has a lot of unsavory types, but they're not all bad. I'll kind of like glance over to the party. They're not all bad.
I'll hold you to that.
I'm probably picking my teeth or something. Like completely disgusting.
At all.
Bart's just kind of picking at his loot a little bit.
Except for maybe two, and I'll kind of like look towards Bartholomew and Cordal, and just kind of cock my head at both of them. The jury's out on those two.
Silas and Lestrano seem to make no move whatsoever to get up. And it comes to a point where the councils and Cecil are merely just waiting. And the air gets rather tense. The awkward silence between everyone except for Silas and Lestrana, who seem to have no end to things they just kind of talk about or just say amongst each other. And every once in a while, a servant would have to come out and refill drinks just to keep them coming and entertained to a certain extent. It very much seems like no one else is ready to leave this room.
I'm gonna look to everyone else. Should we stay and see what happens? I almost have a bad feeling if we leave too early.
5 minutes pass. 10 minutes pass. Half an hour goes by. An hour hits. And the tense situation doesn't seem to really exist between Silas and Lestrana. The council and Cecil, they very much still weighs heavily on their minds. As for you guys, it's on you if you want to continue waiting for any longer, or take your leave.
Out of game, like, Shauna does not want to fucking leave right now.
Oh, I'm very much aware of that.
What about the rest? Sibo, what about you? Delana? If you can still hear.
Yeah, I mean, I'm under the impression that this isn't a place for me, at the very least. I don't come from this thing, and I don't know who most of these people are. I came in here and I just sort of sat down because I feel like out of place.
Bart's just kind of going like, it's kind of rude to, leave without other people at your side, Especially when I came with the group, so I'd rather not look like some know-it-all and walk out on my own.
Delana's kind of over the stuffy environment and feeling naked and unarmed.
Bardol's kind of like, I'm in the kind of the same boat as Sivo. I mean, not really my place to be here. So,
I just feel like the council may get attacked if we leave.
I
don't. Just a bad feeling.
And I mean,
make an insight check, Asana.
I just met these people.
Cousin.
I just met these people, so I don't care if I get attacked.
There is no a hostile intent, neither from Silas or Lestrana, neither from the rest of the council except for Cecil, who very much is like just eyeing down the two, keeping overwatch, while the rest of the council seem like they are not worried or really phased in the slightest. Remember, it seems like this room is just kind of just in a standstill for the mere fact that there are still guests around.
Yeah. Still don't like it. But if everyone's feeling uncomfortable here, we should probably go then.
I mean, I can keep watch if you want. Just like sit in the corner, pretend to be like one of those statues.
I don't think that will work very well.
But then also be invisible.
I have feelings that a lot of these people might have ways to see through that.
Sure.
So
I don't know.
Just my guess. I don't know. If you guys want to go, we should probably go then.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, I can be swayed to stay. I'll just sit here twiddling my thumbs some more. But I mean,
No, it's
be better to not overstay our welcome.
Yeah, this is true.
I think coming here overstayed our welcome.
Oh, come on. You didn't know it was gonna happen.
Yeah. Seems to be accurate, though.
Oh no, but I just mean like coming in general. Not like that, Ashada.
I didn't mean it like that out of game or in game. Just Sivo's just like, yeah, no, I meant coming here, period. Fucking Christ.
Another case, as you guys feel the awkwardness in air, kind of finally push you out the door. There's a bit of a recognition from Cecil, who gives you a faint nod as you leave. Before you exit out into the rainy nights of the city of Bill, where at this point all of the stands have picked up from the festival. Everybody's long since gone to bed, and the only people out and about at this point are people either trying to return home or they did not plan ahead of time and they are now stuck out in the rain.
Putting my cloak back on.
Mm-hmm. You guys gonna head back towards your inn?
I'll quickly
Yeah.
say, oh, yeah, this was a fun party thing, festival. Not that last party, but this thing that's out here. You guys have a good time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. I'm glad. So what are we doing next?
This conversation may be best back at the inn. Not
I
out in
got
the
a
open.
couple plans. Let
Sure.
let's go talk it out.
Yeah.
Which one are we going to? The place where you guys blacked out, or like the place with all the adventurers?
Let's save that until after we catch the tiefling, why don't we? And you kind of
Sure.
see just like a moment of embarrassment on Bartholomew's face. He kind of starts walking off. You're like, I'm dropping that conversation right there.
Yes. Back to yeah, the place where we were staying
The
at.
White Ark, yeah. Guys, make your way there. Get yourselves your rooms once more. I believe you three have already paid for them today. Cordal Bartholomew, on the other hand, I'm gonna go ahead and knock their little 5 silver.
Yep. And I'm gonna change back into my equipment because
Yeah.
and
Okay.
take my dagger back from Delana.
So, what's the plan? What are we gonna do? Hey, you told us that little shop over there.
Yes. And I did have a conversation with Cecil and let her know of what was going on. And, you know, what we found out there at that bandit camp. And how it has something to do, or this person has something to do with what's going on up north that we've been tasked to find information about. And she said that she would be, you know, assisting or doing something about the shop. I
She
also,
said that she'll be doing her own job, but
yeah,
her job will be consisting to the area, because that's where her jurisdiction lies.
yeah. I meant, yeah, about the actual shop itself.
Oh yeah, the shop
Yeah,
itself. So it's like they're gonna keep an eye out, but
yeah.
there's only so much she could do during her festival.
Feel we should probably keep our own watch.
I mean, if you want me to like stake out the place, I can do that. I can stay in the shadows if you want. Don't won't let her see me if she comes by.
That would be good. I feel we should have multiple people in the area. Possibly.
Yeah, we don't want that market event to happen again, where you're just like running for your life.
I
Wait,
I mean,
what? Oh. That.
I won't be trying to like take anything this time, you know. And I mean,
It's a good plan.
yeah, bit of shame on him.
Very good plan.
So,
Um,
unless anyone else has anything else they want to add, go ahead and progress a long rest.
yeah. Just mention that it's what, tomorrow night is the end of the festival?
Yes.
Okay. Long rest.
I'm going. change my armor style to the infiltrator.
The infiltrator.
Yes.
Okay. With the night pass, you all wake up to a very damp and humid morning. The sounds of the festival once again roaring around you. Whoever did not get to participate the day before, very much going hard on the day now. Cordall, you kind of see a little bit of hesitation when he sees the bow and arrow game he couldn't possibly win. Kind of struggles with himself to try again, but he refrains to do so. Has more inner strength than that for gambling. Hopefully.
So that tiefling woman we saw,
Mhm.
what type of, like, what did she have on her? Do I remember?
She had a rather refined armor. Let me double check her image once again so I don't describe her all that bad to you. Okay. So many tokens. So she had rather refined armor, long red tail, long black hair, and pretty much upright, pointed horns.
Any weapons? Any, like, jewelry?
Weaponry, nope. Jewelry, she had two gauntlet bracelets on, but no indicator of any sort of like design or worship or anything like that.
Okay. And how big is this town that we're in?
It's the largest town you guys have seen so far, which is you haven't seen that many big towns at all to begin with.
Yeah.
But going from north to south, about like a 2-hour walk.
Okay. How big is that in feet?
Fuck me, in feet? God.
Let's see, 2 hours. I've actually done the math for this for my Cityscape campaign. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Well, the average person walks at what, 3 miles an hour? If it's a 2 mile walk, then, or 2 hour walk, then
I
that's
went by
6 miles.
I went by like D&D standards of the whole. Essentially
30-foot thing, yeah.
Yeah, so essentially it comes down to 10 feet a second. Would be the normal speed, and so what?
Well, I mean, you could just do
Yeah.
60 feet a minute, or sorry,
Yeah.
or 600 feet a minute.
And
Yeah, 600 minutes. So that's just
Yeah.
that by another 6. So 3,600. That's less than a mile though.
Okay.
Oh no, that's just over 2.5 miles. Sorry.
Miles 5,280 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So yeah, it's about a mile and a half. So it is more towards 2 miles
okay.
of length.
Okay. Just because
Ballparking.
I'm choosing my spells, so I'm
Yep.
this matters.
I get it. That's the struggle being a cleric is like I have so many spells. I need to know shit.
I know, right? Um yeah. I'm probably gonna check on my shield later in the day, but I don't have anything else. I might go around to random games and stuff like that, but
Cordall and Bartholomew are going to go about, as they said, they're going to go stock out the shop in question, which I would imagine you would give them directions towards.
yes.
So for the time being, for them, they are occupied doing that.
I'd actually like to assist them. if
Okay.
possible.
So as you yourself go, you would notice that what Bartholomew does is he kind of just goes and becomes a street performer per se. He gets his loot. I think it's the only thing he has. Yes, just the loot. Okay. So he has his loot and he's kind of just playing songs for children as they come on by. He occasionally gets requests here and there and just keeps on going. But at all constant times, he's kind of doing his best to keep an eye on the shop. Cordal himself is kind of just like laying to the shadows of the alleyways and kind of keeping out of view, doing his best not to get involved with people in general and just always having a line of sight towards that shop. What are you gonna do?
I think I'm gonna stick to Cordal's plan
Okay.
and try to like hide somewhere. Possibly if I'm able to climb up a building, if it's in like a building area with a lot of like high tops.
It is climbing a building. It'd be a major struggle, not impossible, because there are occasional handholds and footholds on the buildings just from sheer age and erosion. But if you want to try and climb a building, go ahead and give me an athletics check.
All right. I can use my intelligence if I want to, so I will.
Yes, you can, because it's a strength check, technically, yeah. It takes a brief moment for you to kind of like look it over and kind of analyzing it. You
Sorry
take
about that.
notice. Yeah. You take notice that kind of like you see the pattern in the walls. And kind of like, all right, I can do that. As you kind of start climbing, you use your personal intellect to map out a perfect route between the stones. And occasionally it's a small struggle, but you are able to get up to what is like a 2-story tall, smaller shop building that can overlook a majority of the road towards the shop in question.
Cool. Yeah, I'll try to like hide out here and
Okay.
keep an eye out.
Delano and Sean, are you all together?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah.
Are you gonna
Anything?
go check on the shield now, or are you gonna wait till after this whole incident goes down?
I'd at least give it a quick check, in the morning, see.
As you go to check up on it, you kind of immediately notice that there's no one at the front counter, and you still hear the occasional work still going on in the back room.
Literally no one up there.
No one in the front counter.
Go open the door to the back.
As you go to open the door in the back, you kind of see inside, and you see that that half-working fellow's just hard at work crafting some sort of weaponry of some kind. Seems to be alone.
I'll shout out to him. Hey, where's the other guy?
You see him as he kind of stops with one hard slam against whatever he's working on, and kind of looks up and he goes, "Pass the fuck out. They can go to bed. Get on. Room ain't for you."
I'll shut the door. Just okay.
Immediately goes back to hammering down.
This is so bad. Like, if I was playing any other character right now, I would just rob the ever living shit out of this place. I don't play good characters often. I don't get to play good characters often. Let's rephrase that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
tells you the groups I play with. Yeah, I'll just head out, I guess. And if there's any way to lock the door as I leave, I'll do it.
There isn't. It's just a little strange given it's a blacksmith shop.
I'm gonna head back to the door again and just be like, Careful you don't get robbed, since no one's out here. I'm not gonna do it, but someone might, and I'm just gonna shut the door and...
As you kind of go to shut the door, you just hear a cry in the back. Just goes, "I like to see you try."
I said I wasn't going to.
Goes right back.
Shut it. God damn it.
I could have gotten halfway if I just went during the festival.
You could have got whatever the hell you wanted if you would have gone right now.
I know.
Yeah, who knows?
Oh. Yeah. I'll just leave then and start kind of walk. Like, when I talked to the guy, did he say that she comes, like, at nighttime? Or...
He did not give specific time. He said that he works on the painting throughout the festival. Normally, once it's accomplished, is when she tends to come around to get it.
Okay. Huh. And I saw the painting he was working on, right?
It was already like a budget was already preset and primed for him to get to work on it. So it seems like he's either used to it and or he does it pretty.
Okay. I'm just... That's something I want to do, but at the same time, I don't know if it's going to be dumb or not.
D&D, give it a shot.
I want to... And I'm going to tell Delana my idea. I essentially want... I have a spell that only lasts for a short time. 10 minutes. But it would give me some information on if a certain object is within a certain area.
Mm-hmm.
I feel we should dead sprint as much of this city as we can in that time and see if we get a blip. You ready for a little bit of exercise, cousin?
Oh, yes.
Coming from the 5 strength per fucker at that.
Hauling ass through a festival-ridden city.
Yep, I will try to take whatever alleyways I need to just kind of, minimize. Like, I'm trying to get as far through the city as I can.
Yeah.
Like,
you try to cover as much ground as possible. I understand.
yeah, I'm probably gonna judge myself as best as I can about 1,000 feet from the south side near Highwood, and just from there cast a spell and sprint straight through Highwood, Clear Bridge, up to the Rain Wharf.
Okay.
Dead sprint.
What are
And
you trying to detect here?
I'm going to try to detect her armor. Or not her armor, sorry, her bracers.
Okay.
Yes. Because I would have seen that because I got within 30 feet of her.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, that is locate object. And then I'll cast it. Then 10 for the duration. We're going to
Haul ass.
absolutely haul fucking ass.
You know what? For the fun of it, go ahead and give me constitution checks, both of you.
No. Oh shit.
Wow.
Yes! She's fucking determined, goddammit.
There is
You're wearing full
a
plate.
remembrance between the two. Delano's always been the more athletic between the two. She's always beat you in the races. She's always beat you in your arm wrestling match. She's always beat you in training. But Delano, for the first time, kind of going like, I don't need to take this that serious. This isn't that much of a race or anything like that. Within the first 3 minutes, you kind of feel that your lazy laxiveness is kind of taking its little toll. While Shauna seems like she's even breathing, doesn't show any sign of exhaustion, and is determined to all living hell. And by the time you end those 10 minutes of just hauling absolute ass down the road, I would say you'd make it to about this bit of the Clear Bridge. around right there is where you kind of reach your end of 10 minutes. Right there, as you're cutting through alleys, getting yourself past through as much people as possible. And once the spell comes to an end and you feel you detected nothing, Ashana, you kind of got that heavy breath to you, little layer of sweat. And you kind of see Delana, hand against the wall, bent over. She kept up with you the entire time. It was very clear that her lazy start cost her very badly.
You're out of shape, cousin. I would have thought better of you.
Nice. Whole plate.
Oh, you're just making excuses now. God, no blip. Fuck, that sucks. Oh, there goes one of my 2 second level spells.
You get second level spells?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mr. Artificer.
That must be nice.
Well, play a full caster then.
I don't.
You get to make magic items.
That's also true. You get magic items instead of magic spells.
Well,
Very true.
you can make magic items a lot easier. I can make them too, but it takes a lot of time and
fucking
money.
ever,
Yeah.
But
So, that
taking
being...
a little bit to catch yourselves, catch your breath, wipe off some of that sweat.
At that point in time, I think just...
For being prim and proper.
head towards the shop area and try to find a place to keep an eye on it.
Okay. And very easily, you two would be able to spot Bartholomew and Cordal, who are Bartholomew making no effort to hide himself, but more so blend in with the environment of the festival, while Cordal himself, you'd be able to spot him because spotting through the alleyways, he just looks like any old wallflower, just kind of keeping to himself, just watching as the crowds go. Nothing of an issue, and your recognition makes it very easy for you to spot him. You do not see a Sibo anywhere, though.
Which leads me to what I was planning on doing in the first place. Any roofs I can get on top of?
There are a few. Go ahead and just make a perception check for me real quick.
Oh.
And Sibo, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Damn.
Good one. Okay. Now you're kind of like looking around, kind of like looking at the buildings, look at the rooftops. There comes a moment where you see just the faintest little bump of some kind of one of those rooftops. Like a pretty fucking nice stuffed backpack of some kind.
I'll find a different roof than his.
Go ahead and make an athletics check to try and climb up this building. What about you, Delano?
Can I do acrobatics instead?
I would say no, just because a lot of these buildings are pretty well kept, and there's no tightness to them where you can't, like, Naruto leap between them.
What about can Delana help me and I use her athletics? Because she's pushing me up?
She'd give you advantage.
Oh, shit.
I'll let that happen very easily.
Okay, I'll call Delana over. Come give me a boost. Oh. Please don't fail me now.
Oh!
With advantage,
At advantage!
I get a 5 instead of a -2.
Well, what's happening is...
Wow.
Brace yourself against the wall, and as you hoist her up, in that moment of Shana, you grab onto one of the bricks. As you go to kind of continue the momentum, fuck! As you fall back into Lona, as you kind of turn around to be like, alright, let's see what her progress is. Right on top of you. Thankfully, no damage, because she didn't get that high off of with the leap. You both kind of just crash onto the ground. As a Shana, you just kind of
Delana will even have the...
brick in your hands.
How's the fall?
Thanks for breaking it for me.
I more prefer the spring myself.
One more time. One more time.
All right.
Oh, God, this is. Please don't fail me.
Better. I love that you didn't have advantage though.
I know.
This time, you get the grasp and you get the second hold. There's a bit of determination in your arms, and Delana just kind of look up to see her. She's kind of frozen there for a couple moments, kind of just keeping herself still for hype manning yourself up, or hype womaning yourself up. You manage to, one after another, take like a full 5 minutes to climb up the side of the building. And as you kind of get on top, you roll over, your arms are sore, fingers are sore. Fuck.
Just kind of over the edge. Put a thumb up.
So Delana, what is your plan?
Hood up. Covering my hair.
I am not climbing a building in full plate.
Sounds like a smart idea.
Because that's not going to be conspicuous or anything.
You know? The only good news is the festival is just keeping people's eyes off of you guys. Like, there's no one really paying attention to the alleyways or anything like that. So
I was
you're pretty
wondering
okay.
why we hadn't had the guards called on us already.
Yeah, it seems like they have a lot more things to focus on right now. There is the odd child that kind of looks at you guys and kind of points, but the parent immediately goes like, "Yeah, that's a thing. Go home, go on."
Oh, fuck. That's funny.
I'm guess I just peruse the area. Just sort of looking at the festival wares and keeping an eye out for certain tieflings and just I guess I'm on patrol,
Okay.
more or less.
As you guys are keeping an eye out, 1 hour goes by, 2 hours goes by, 3 hours goes by, and it isn't until a little bit into the afternoon. A decent bit of time has passed since the sun has crest past its high point, where you would start to notice that the elderly man kind of comes out and kind of just starts to enjoy the view of the festival itself. And you see a very clear sign of relaxation and relief on his face. He's got a bit of paint on his hands, a little bit on his face. Seems like he's finished his work for the time being. Go ahead and make perception checks for me, everybody. So will be a disadvantage for Cordal, unfortunately, because it is still daytime. Delana and Ashana, at some point, starting to get closer towards the crest of dusk. That's the word I was looking for. God damn it. You would both notice that amongst all the tieflings that have come by, the blues, the reds, the purples, the extremely rare black one that kind of caught your eye for a couple moments before you kind of like had to focus on the mission here, comes a moment where you see one red tiefling that looks very familiar, very well dressed, proper, and the only reason you really could recognize her is the distinct horns on her head that look very identical to the ones you've seen before. As she kind of walks towards the little shop, you see her greet the elderly man, a very bright, very happy, very content as they both walk inside.
Are there any guards around?
You would notice that there's about 6 guards within the area, which is definitely the highest concentration you've seen given what this area is. It's not the most condensed of activities versus other places. But it very much seems like the guards didn't notice her, or they weren't on the lookout for someone looking so innocent.
Is there one nearby, like near me, specifically?
You're on a rooftop.
Yeah, I know, like somewhere around below me, anywhere.
I would say it's a little bit off, maybe about like 20 feet off of like where you're directly on top of, and kind of like to the left.
How far of a drop is it?
Be right
About
back.
30-foot drop.
Alright, how much?
30 foot.
Mm, yeah, can I try to hop off this and hopefully try to tumble and break my fall?
Go ahead and make an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice. I'll give you the acrobatics on this
Come on. There it goes.
one. Olympic tumblers have
Yes!
crazy ass shit. You kind of look around and kind of get a good idea. There's like a windowsill right over there. There's a place you can grab on right there.
Assassin's
There's
Creed
like
this
a
shit.
trash can on the side over there. And you're kind of like, all right, I can do this. As you kind of leap off and you grab onto the windowsill before pushing off before you can put any actual pressure on it, hitting one of the open bricks and kind of jumping off of that, and then bouncing off of the trash can just a little bit so you can buffer your descent to a good extent before you tumble onto the ground. Breathing a little heavy, kind of like, okay, all good.
Assassin's Creed that shit.
Very much so.
I am going to briskly make my way towards that guard. And when I come up to him, I'm going to say, did you receive orders from Cecil today?
You see a hard eye come from him, kind of just like, what's it to you?
The woman you are supposed to be keeping an eye out, she's here.
You see me kind of like look around rapidly, like, where?
At the shop you're supposed to be watching. And I'll point.
I mean,
Bring your
one
men.
lady just walked in, but she looked real nice.
No. She's not. Grab your men, let's go.
Make a intimidation check real quick.
Oh. Oh, did you say something?
Make an intimidation check.
Oh,
for me
make an
real quick.
intimidation, okay. Yes.
You see the hesitation in him. That's kind of like, dare I follow the orders of some random ass person coming up to me in the street? But you also kind of see the recognition in him, kind of a moment of like, well, she probably knows, and if I actually fuck this up, I'm getting my ass handed to me.
Mm-hmm.
So you see him immediately kind of like dart off towards one direction of the other guards themselves, and he starts kind of just like whispering towards them, and
Hi.
they themselves split off. So you get the idea they're starting to gather.
I'm gonna grab.
Sibo, you would be able to see that up top from the rooftop. You would see that Ashana has leaped off of her rooftop and has gone to talk to one of the guards, who seems to now be in a bit of a panic, and is now going towards the other guards, starting to gather them up.
This is side note. Very funny. I absolutely fail miserably when it comes to intimidating anyone from the black market, but as soon as there's someone lawful, oh yeah, she
Yeah, yeah.
got it good. I'm gonna start collecting everyone and heading right for the shop.
Okay. Sibo, you doing anything?
Uh, will does it look like they're trying to go into the shop, or that they are?
For now, the guards are just gathering, and they seem to be gathering on an alleyway just off of the shop itself. And one of them seems to be keeping
Okay.
an eye out on the shop to make sure that anybody that comes out of it, they are keeping an eye. While Ashana, you said you're gathering everybody else?
Yeah, I'm pretty much making my way towards the shop, and I'm going to essentially get everyone's um, word I'm looking for, attention. Yeah, as I'm going.
Yeah, it very much looks like Ashana's kind of like trying to beckon you over. Kind of does it to Lana and Cordal and Bartholomew as well. Bartholomew, you
Okay.
see, he's kind of like starting to pick up the pace on his song a little bit, trying to get to the very end of it as possible. Cordal being
I'll
the
start to
wallflowers,
move
making
over.
his way towards there. Hmm?
I'll start to make my way down
Go ahead, make
the roof.
an athletics or acrobatic check for you, unless
Would
you
I
just want
would
to
I be
make
able
the leap.
would I be able to look for a like a ladder?
There is no ladder on this building.
Not even with the investigation check.
I can say that with pride that no one
Shit.
goes up on top of this roof for any reason.
No.
This isn't Warzone.
Yeah, one, this isn't a war zone, and two, this building is a little tiny shop. This is not like an apartment building or anything.
I see. I see.
Also, it's
Okay.
kind of a reason why you haven't been found yet, because they're like, no one's going to the roof. Why
Yeah,
would anybody
no
go
one's
to a
gonna
roof?
be on the roof. That's the crazy thing.
Literally,
Yeah. Yeah. I'll try to make my way down carefully.
Athletics or acrobatics, your choice. You try this time, and the perspective of looking downwards is now way harder. But you kind of think you see the path, and you say, like, all right, I can do this. Let's do this. And it's about halfway when you're still about 10 feet up, as when your foot slips ever so slightly, and you're like, oh shit! And you fall.
Oh no.
Clang, 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 clang.
Kinda, yeah. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you bash into the ground. And there's a genuine moment where there's several people kind of looking towards you in the alleyway, kind of like, what the hell is that? I think hear the ring of the damage just kind of go through.
I'm also going to signal for Bartholomew and Cordal to head around to the backside.
Bart, who's barely finishing his song up now, kind of like takes a very quick bow from the kids and kind of like darts off. Kind of sees your signal and kind of gives you a wink and a for walking off. Cordal, in the meantime, just kind of starts blending into the crowd, and you see him kind of just making his way towards the alleys.
Okay. So we got two heading to the rear, and then the rest of us through the front door. I'll kind of slow my pace so Delana and Sibo can catch up.
Okay.
Yeah, and once they're all ready, head through the door?
Are we going?
Yeah. I am, anyways.
Okay. As you head through the doors, you would catch the glimpse of the guard that you had made aware that they fucked up. You see kind of like a reactionary eye from him kind of just watching as you go inside. And as you walk inside, there's a couple of people in there besides the woman herself and the owner, who are currently standing at the wall of paintings, one of which now is fully complete that you can see has the color, the design, and a bunch of blurry people just kind of walking through the town. And you see her just kind of admiring it and just enjoying the contemplation and the view of it in the meantime. Has not really seemed to have taken notice of you quite just yet.
Okay, I'm trying to find where it says, what the hell was her name again?
Trelista.
For list. That's right, okay. As we walk through, I'm gonna say, Ferlista, we've been looking all over for you.
You see a brief moment of hesitation, having her name called out, before she kind of turns to look at you.
I'm gonna cast Hold Person.
Okay.
Oh man.
As you go to cast old person, you see the old man kind of start smiling through this. Oh yeah, it's your. And you go to cast a spell, and as you do so, you see a moment of reaction coming from her. But in that very instant, you see her break out of it, as unfortunately has no hold on her. And you see the old man kind of just react in shock. It's like, what is And you see her just kind of smirk wide at your attempt, and she brushes her hair slightly and goes, well, you're a persistent one, aren't you?
Very. I'll cast Command.
Let's go ahead and roll
Yeah.
this first. This is the moment of, are you gonna keep trying?
Fuck.
I also try to get a
I swear to God,
battle
none
map
of my
up real
fucking spells are working.
Try and get a battle map up real quick.
It's funny how the dice really does favor the character's flavor almost. Like in general, like Ashana, you're a healer.
Oh yeah.
Any spell that's not a heal doesn't fucking do anything for you.
But combat control is an effective way of preventing damage. That's why I
just
take
don't
these
care,
type of spells.
apparently.
That's the only reason why I use these type of spells. I have no damaging spells except for Spiritual Weapon, which is just passively part of my
And
stuff.
your intimidation only works on
Lawful.
lawful people.
Yeah.
Just like the dice fit the character, man.
Strangely enough,
Funny that way.
it knows. It just
Yeah.
knows.
Oh, it drives me nuts. Yeah, and how many pass saving throws on Toll the Dead? Fuck. My
Yeah.
only
All
damaging
your spells
ability.
recently. Both your commands and now hold person.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, hold person was a nat 20, so. My computer just froze, which really worries me because I think my stream just died then.
Uh-oh.
Alright. You guys are frozen for me, I've frozen for me, everything is frozen for me.
Well, if you can hear us, you're still.
That's the weird
Broadcasting
part.
on
I
20.
can still hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. We can see you just fine. Your mic and camera aren't frozen. On our end, anyway.
Yeah.
Literally everything is frozen on my end. Everything except for my mouse is frozen.
That's
What
so bueno.
the hell? It's literally like, I don't even know if a screenshot would even work right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is so fucking weird.
I can't even use the screenshot button with just my monitors because it grabs all three of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I
really
found
wish...
out if you press Windows Shift S.
Yeah, it's snippet.
It's a snippet thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yep. I do that when I want to just show something on my screen, like one screen, not all three of them.
Yeah. I used to just press the Windows key and type in snippet. So that's another tool called snipping tool.
Yeah, the snipping tool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I use that all the time to send out little things that I don't want other people to like see all my screen. I just want to see like that little section.
Yep.
Right.
Boy, God, I might just have to straight up force shut. Oh wait. Oh, it all just came back.
Nice.
Good. Good.
Okay, I think I'm back.
Okay.
make this map now, please? Please, game? Or, I guess, D&D Beyond, please? Or not D&D Beyond.
Roll 20.
Roll 20.
Gotta pray to RN Jesus. RN Jesus
Okay,
has
why is
not
it-
favored
why-
me.
Why are you not letting me do this? Why? Why you wanna be a bitch?
God damn it, I don't have my shield right now either.
You don't have your shield right now, no, you don't.
I know.
Oh no.
Yep.
I was very much expecting when you went back the second time, I thought you were gonna say, hey, can I at least have my shield right now? But you didn't, so I was like, oh, okay.
No. Because
I'm
she's
gonna go
still...
drink real quick.
Okay.
Go for it while I'm trying to get this stupid map to work.
She has been hoping to get this solved without actually getting into combat, hence the hold person.
Yeah, unfortunately, not 20. Right off the bat.
Yep. And that's kind of why I was sitting there thinking, shit, I don't really want to use the locate object, but if I can do this early on and just get the guards involved.
Surprised you went in, Ashana, rather than just letting the guards do their job and prevent
Yeah,
whoever
that's
leaving
also
the-
another thing. I was like,
That's
going in
what
first,
I would
alright.
have suggested if I was at the computer.
Her
Yeah,
reasoning
yeah.
why she didn't do that is because the last time we let her just walk into a room by herself, she disappeared.
True.
So we would have waited for the guards to gather up, start communicating, and then do something. She could have been gone by then.
I'm
True.
back.
Yeah. And the last time we did that, it was literally like 3 rounds before we got to the
also, like,
tent.
It was also right after combat. She's in the festival and had no idea she was being. She had no reason to be
Unless...
stressed at the
Yeah,
moment.
she doesn't have any armor
Yeah.
on right now. That's the very least. You know that for a fact. She has no armor on her.
Yeah.
So that
That's
AC
hot.
she had before is non-existent right now.
But her thought process is still she might have some form of just teleport away from the area. Right then and there.
Alright. For some reason the map ain't working, so I'm just gonna make a very quick one right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Why am I doing that? I can just do this. Roll 20, making it easy for me, not making it harder for myself.
And Josh, remember when you do initiative, you gotta click your character first.
Forgot about that.
I'll add you in.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and move you all over here.
I rolled a fucking 2 on my initiative.
Snap your characters.
It's okay. I doubled your roll on the dice. I got a 4 on the die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get Bartholomew and Cordell out of there because they are unfortunately not part of this right now. Shauna. You can still see the initiative, right?
No, it deleted itself.
Okay, I thought so. I kind of, one feature that I hate about it. Add a turn, go ahead and write in your initiative again.
44.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, wait, what? Like, oh.
Seems good. Seems good.
Still legit.
Oh, man.
That's legitness. Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Of fucking course she would roll high.
I call horse shit.
She's at the wall. And we won't put the old man in for the time being, just because there's no major reason to do so. So, as you cast hold person on her, she is going to go for... God, she has no armor on her, so fuck me. She's going to cast mage armor on herself, give her a needed boost in AC. And you watch her just starting to force her way towards a back door that he has in the back of the room. And you see him kind of just like looking so confused of what the hell is going on in his shop right now. Sibo.
All right. Boy, they. Let me see. What happened here? Sorry, my thing did not save with my armor model.
Oof.
Let me go back and try that again. Perfect. Okay, I will veer off to the side.
Okay.
Actually, I'll start to follow her. I was here. I can go 35 feet. Already getting slightly faster.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to put out my like hand, and a little bit of like electricity shoots out at her.
Okay.
My lightning launcher.
Lightning launcher.
It's not showing the number. Oh, there it is.
22. That
There it
is.
is. Nice. That would be my action.
Mm-hmm. You watch as the lightning launches out and just hits her in the back. You hear a cry of wincing pain. Still seems pretty okay, but that was a pretty hefty hit.
And that will be my turn.
Okay, Delano.
Start the chase. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, I want to do probably a double move, so...
Want to?
Cut her off.
Crashing through this art shop, just like, fuck these materials and fuck this shit.
Cut her off.
Yep. Just double move. Just going for it.
Move your piece there.
Yeah, you gotta move
Where?
30 feet. You got 60 if you want it.
Oh, I was scrolled down too much.
Ah.
25, 30.
Okay. Shauna.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna cast command on her.
Okay.
And say grovel.
You watch as she not only comes a bit slow to a stop as Delana comes in front of her, but you also see kind of a moment of her pause start to come over her.
Okay. And my turn.
Delana, before you watch as he starts to go down onto one knee, you see a bit of a smirk come over her face towards you.
I knew
She
this.
She just says, I have it, you know. Before she goes to kneel on the ground.
Out of game. She said what?
I have it, you know.
Hmm.
Sibo. That's all she can do.
She's getting down and groveling.
Yeah.
She is prone now.
Okay.
She's considered prone. Her form of groveling is kneeling, but she is considered prone right now.
Gotcha. Okay. Hmm.
And once again, the old man is just looking so confused that you guys just wrecking his shop at the moment. Especially Delano, who just rammed through several of the pieces just to cut her off at the pass.
I'll tell him to. I'll just turn back and tell him to leave.
Sorry about this. All right, I'm gonna move up
Oh God.
and cast inflict wounds on her.
Go ahead and make an attack at advantage. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
If he not 20s this shit.
16 barely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
3d10.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Yeah. 11 or 11. What's with even 11?
Right?
As you place a hand on her back, as you watch her reflexively tense and groan into pain. You see as the black ichor starts to dribble from her ears, and you see bits of her veins starting to kind of pop within her own arm. She looks pretty bad. She looks like she still can keep going, but she looks like she's starting to really hurt. Anything else?
No, that will be my turn. No bonus action stuff.
This isn't 3rd edition.
What gave you that idea?
Oh, I'm just like, okay, so I'm just gonna take a defensive, or but I'm like, that doesn't exist in 5th edition.
There is a dodge action.
There is dodge action.
Yeah.
But you by technicality get a free turn right now because she had the grovel, so.
Yeah.
Any melee attacks are advantage on her.
Right now, I don't know if I want to just go for the execution, or if we're waiting for the guards to arrest her, or
This is on you.
You also do know that Ashana is a healer. If you drop her, she could preserve her life and save her.
Unless you really go for the fatality.
Yeah. Unless for some reason you do like double her current hit points.
If she goes for fatality, I'll give it to her as a flare. That's if she wants to go for it.
That too.
You want to Kali Ma her ass? Advantage.
No.
Melee attacks on prone creatures are advantage.
Oh God.
Why don't you want to hit the pretty girl, huh? You don't want to hit the pretty girl, huh?
Because I'm grossed out of what Sibo did.
That's not the only thing that comes out of my hands.
Wind up to go to the swing. And even as she's kind of kneeling on the ground, there's kind of a moment where you see her gaze up at you. And there's that moment of hesitation just in your eyes from what she said and the fact that she's now kind of got some necroticness flowing through her, kind of like a dare I, don't I moment. Gonna hold your ground?
It's also, yeah.
Okay.
This is a thing that Delana just felt guilty about swinging, because she's not really able to defend herself right now, being under magic.
Under magic, no weapon.
Yeah, she did put you under magic too.
Yeah, but that was like a week ago. Who cares about that?
Ashana does. She's still pissed about that.
Speaking of, Ashana, it's your turn.
But notice Delana still made the swing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Delana still went for the swing, but there's just that hesitation. It's like that samurai's honor thing, where it's like,
It was more fucking Sibo, like, the shit is coming out of her ears? What?
yeah.
Oh, right. Oops.
I'm gonna cast command again.
I don't technically think you can put her under double command because she's still
If you
under
can
the
see
same
the target
command.
must
Let
see
me double
wisdom
check the
saving
reading
throw.
on that.
You can hold it until after it's her turn.
Yeah, you could do that.
So when she's done being commanded, you command her again.
Pretty much, yeah. I
Target
don't
must
think
see
you
a
can
wisdom
technically
saving throw.
double command.
The spell has no effect if the target is undead, if it doesn't understand your language, or if your command. Because it happens on
Yeah,
their
but the
next
spell
turn.
is still there. That's the problem. You technically can't stack the same spell on itself. Like, you can't Gaius an already Gaius creature, technically.
I think it end the spell.
It ends on your turn. So after your
Does it?
turn ends is when the spell ends. So she's still under it as of this moment. So you can do what Sibo said. You could hold your action for her turn and then affect her. But right here, right now, technically she's still under the spell.
See, this just says wisdom saving throw, follow the command on its next turn.
Yeah, but it's just
I'm
a
not
thing. It's
seeing,
just a thing
yeah.
in
No,
general.
her next turn
Yeah.
hasn't even
Back-
happened yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, her next turn already happened. That was
Yeah,
when
her
she
turn already
rebelled. But
happened. That's
Oh,
why
okay.
yeah,
doing
I'll
that.
just either way, it's gonna end up being the same relative thing. So
Okay.
I'll just hold the spell and come her turn.
Are you gonna approach or just stay at a
No,
distance?
I'm gonna stay where I'm at
Okay. So it's gonna be her turn. The command spell ends.
and cast mine and tell her to halt.
You feel the magic doesn't take effect on her. But she doesn't stand up.
Set up to attacks of opportunity.
Well, you don't get an attack of opportunity on a standing creature inside you.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
If she tries to run, though.
If she tries to run, yeah, you can. But she doesn't stand up. She doesn't make a move. Sibo. Only you be able to see it, Delana, but she just has a wide smirk on her face. Anything, Sibo?
I will hold a lightning lure if she goes out of my melee range to try to pull
Okay.
her back in.
Alright. Delana? Okay. Advantage. Because she's still leaving herself in that, position.
Okay then.
Alright. That hits. Go for it. Go ahead and just click on the Warhammer name itself. In Roll20.
Or, yeah, the Warhammer that has the red around it.
Literally the purple
Oh.
red. There you go.
Okay.
And you're one-handing, right?
Yeah.
This time you don't hold back on the follow-through as you go right into her shoulder. You feel like you hear the crack of the bone for that moment. And you hear the groaning wince. She's starting to breathe real heavy now. Seems like she's right on the edge, but she's not down yet.
I'll look up at Ashana. She says it's with her.
At that point, you kind of hear the old man kind of just like, "Please stop." I don't know what you were doing to her.
At a game. What is it?
You have no idea. I can say that wholeheartedly.
I thought so. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty self-evident because when Sibo did the damage, the black ooze is already coming out of her.
That's also a generic flavor thing.
That's the
DM.
thing with necrotic
Yeah.
damage. It's just a flare thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, oh, well, then that means that she's already primed to be like a fucking lich or something.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Toll the Dead.
So that
Wisdom saving throw.
just failed.
Max damage.
As you snap your finger real quick to get that sound of a bell to ring through the room. As it goes into her head, Delana, you just watch as her eyes kind of roll back as she just onto the ground.
I'll move up and hit Spare the Dying on her.
Go ahead and make a strength check for me real quick, as the old man is actually trying to keep you away from her.
I'm
I'll
gonna.
keep the old man away. And I'll
Well,
literally put my
ironically
hand
enough,
up.
even
that?
as he's an old man. He goes to stop you, but there's that moment where Shauna, you're like, oh shit, they're grabbing me. Oh wait, it's an old man.
Yeah. It's
Like,
kind of one of
he
those.
has
Unless
no strength
you
to
want
speak of.
her to be dead permanently, let me heal her.
He's very much like still trying to like come at you from the back and try to like pull you off from your shirt. Just trying.
I'm literally
kinda
gonna
desperate.
take my tower shield and just gently scoop him away from Ashan.
And it's no problem for you, as he's
Just being gentle, being gingerly, just like
he's got no strength to speak of. He's an old ass man.
Yeah.
As you hit the spirit of dying on her, you stop the bleeding that comes from her ears, from her mouth. At least for now, she is stabilized.
I'll ask the old man, how much damage have I caused you today in merchandise?
You see him kind of look at you.
Just trying to like distract him. Like, I'm sorry, I had to do what I did. How much do I owe you?
You hurt her. You said you were her friends.
She has killed many people. And she will kill more.
And you've done to her now too. I don't.
She is alive. And she will be taken to the guards, who should be here any second now. I'll just kind of look at the door.
As 3 guards kind of like come to the door. You see the man that you talked to kind of like comes and says, "We've come to apprehend a." Oh.
She lives.
Took you long enough.
You see the old man kind of like point at you guys. It was like, they assaulted a long-time customer of mine. Assaulted her. No hesitation, and you watch as 2 of the guards start kind of like walking forward towards you guys, and the man in question goes, "Sorry, sir. We have a warrant for her arrest. I'm very sorry that we have to trouble you. We wish to not trouble you within your business." And he says that kind of towards you guys. But unfortunately, we've had allies take care of the problem. She's not a problem. She's a friend. She's a client. As the 2 guards start to kind of like look at you guys, kind of be like, "Can we?" As they start pulling out manacles.
Oh yeah. Completely step away.
They lock the manacles onto her arms, and with the help of both of them, they kind of just like pull her up by her arms, just dragging out her unconscious body.
Can I stop him for a minute? And I want to rifle through what pockets she might have on her, see if she has anything that might give us a lead.
Make an investigation check for me real quick.
I'm also going to remind the guards, in case their protocols change, when she awakes, she is a caster.
Yes.
They nod in acknowledgement of that. And as you kind of just like rifling through her, she has literally nothing on her. She just has her nice little evening gown dress, and she has a little money pouch stored in the woman's pocket.
I'll take it.
It has 300 gold pieces inside.
Okay. She won't need this where she's going.
You see the old man's kind of like just really distraught. He's kind of pulled up a stool for himself now at this point. He's kind of just sitting there, constantly just like gesturing towards you guys being the bad guys. Like you assaulted his client, someone he's known for a very long time. Very much they can never be evil. They've always been nice to me deal.
Yeah.
As you take the 300 gold pieces for yourself, she gets pulled off with the rest of the guards.
I'll ask the gentleman again. How much damage did I do to your shop? Because you said that I wrecked through a couple pieces.
Yeah, just to like haul ass your way through.
Right.
You see a very clear hesitation to him. Doesn't even want to like look up at you, but he kind of forces himself to do so just out of gentleman's pride. They weren't anything special. They're passion projects. $50 gold pieces.
I'll toss him 50.
Okay.
You see, though.
Just about to myself.
You hand over the 50 gold pieces. You see that he takes it, but he kind of just has it there on his lap, like just looking at it.
He's
Very much unfulfilled by it.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Just assaulted his best client
Yes.
in his own shop.
I will walk up to him and I will squat down. I'm guessing he's sitting.
Yeah. It's on a little stool.
And I will pull out my holy symbol. Do you know who this symbol stands for?
Takes a moment before he looks up at the symbol. He shakes his head as he looks back down.
It is a symbol for Pelor, the suffering god. The one who tries to ease the suffering of others.
Xal'Mel.
Sorry, what did I say?
You
You
said
said Paylor.
Dear God, I was listening to NADPOD yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah,
Which
Xal'Mel.
is why I was like, the what?
Pelor is in my mind right now.
When you said Pelor, I was like, oh, you're gonna lie to him? And then you
No.
said the suffering god. I was like, not that
Nope.
wasn't it.
Nope, I just fucked up. He tries to ease the suffering of others. And what we did here today was to stop any more suffering that she would start. She has hurt many people, us included. But trust me, I would not have done this unless it was necessary. And again, we do apologize for what has happened here, but unless you want more people to be hurt, we had to deal with this. Here and now.
She's a good girl.
She isn't.
Please. Just go.
You will see in time. I'll kind of put my hand on his shoulder as I walk out.
As you guys walk out, he never leaves that little stool. And several of the other clients that were kind of just in there, they're just like taken aback, just like staying away from this whole situation. Being like, what the fuck just happened around us?
My cabbages!
Yup.
And as you kind of walk out, you notice that the rest of the guards are waiting outside the building, and they've been kind of signaled to follow along. Wherein Bart and Cordall would kind of notice that little signaling happening. They'd come out from the back of the building. So, everything okay?
Yes, they have her in chains right now.
As she's currently being carried off through the street, and there are several people like looking confused, while the guards start off putting like a little barricade around her, so they can escort her more properly.
I'm gonna go to the one that I talked to first,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna tell him, when you guys find out more information, tell Cecil to let me know. She knows where to find us.
I'll do that, ma'am.
Thank you. And kind of walk off.
Clearly, the guy is still like, he's like, you know my boss. I don't know what to say to you.
How old is that guy, by the way?
He looks like he's in his late 20s.
Okay. Getting told off by this 18-year-old. Gotta love it.
Yeah. Again, it was like, oh, you're just a little girl. What do you know? You know my boss. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
No.
Shit.
Know his boss's boss.
Yeah, literally.
Okay. Well. That was fun. Who's hungry?
I'm starved. We've been playing all morning.
Yeah, I heard that.
Pretty good, right?
Eh,
Oh, come on.
sometimes.
Get more used to running and play.
Uh, yes you do, cousin. Yes you do. So, what do you guys want to do from here?
I mean, we got all the world to us, don't we?
Yes,
Plus, there's still a festival going on.
this is true. We also have work up north, but if they can find any information from her, it might help with our work up north. Which
Let him
might
take care of it.
it also might lead to more work, which means more coin, Bartholomew.
Oh, she's captured right now. We can wait a little while then.
Just gotta speak his language, I guess.
Yep.
What about you, Sibo and Cordell? What do you think?
I'm a bit lost, I'll be honest. But sure.
But all kind of brings up more of, didn't that other guy in like the building said that he has a partner here or something? He'd say like we can get some help here or something.
Out of game, I have no clue what you're talking about.
The deserted night.
The what now?
You don't remember at all, do you?
I couldn't even understand what you said.
The deserted night.
The deserted night?
The fact you have no recollection of that means that yeah, y'all forgot.
I haven't heard that term. Is that the
Yeah.
dude from the black market?
Nope, it was the employer from Snowlight. He said that if you guys want some help, go to the deserted night. They're like our partner branch.
Night.
This entire time I've been like, why have they not tried going to this place? This place has information to no end.
I don't even remember that at all. Yeah, like I have a good fucking memory too. Like, I don't remember that. Sibo, do you?
I mean, I have a bad memory, so I don't have.
Oh, fair
I'm
enough.
not a good witness.
I remember the phrase sister branch, but I don't remember its context.
This is when we were talking about the job up north, right?
He offered it to you, but then you guys said that you guys were gonna come down here. So he's just like, hey, if you want you want some help down there, I've also got a place down there. Yeah, right here.
Huh.
It's in the session summary. The reason why I write those session summaries.
Uh, huh. Yeah, I don't remember that aspect of it.
Ask
It
for a good time, right?
Yep. This whole time, you guys have just been like, "Oh, I don't know where to go." I'm just like, "Yo."
yeah, no, like
The entire party at a game forgot about
Yep.
that completely.
Yep.
I'm wondering if like someone was talking over that time when you were mentioning it, because
Maybe, possibly, I don't remember.
yeah, I'd have to go back and watch the video for it, but yeah, I don't remember that at all.
This whole time, I've been like,
I remember
"Why is no
Delana
one
sort of.
saying this?"
I remember Delana sort of chafing at to ask for a good time. Like, oh, right. I'm sure Bartholomew would have a good time with that one.
Oh, I don't even remember that. Yeah, because like my
I barely
mindset has.
started that session, and I don't know this. I don't see the. Oh yeah, there is this deserted night. I don't know. It's very minusculely written.
Yeah, because like in
It's meant to be a one-off, but yeah.
It is meant to be a one-off. It is meant to be like that, just like, "Hey, if you want a little bit of information, here, take this." You don't have to use it, but I was like, "How does no one mention this?"
yeah, because my mindset has always been like, okay, we're gonna go here, we're gonna, you know, look for this woman. We got information on this woman, cool. We're gonna wait for her, yeah, and then we're all just gonna head north. That was gonna be our plan. Yeah, I don't remember that fucking thing. Okay.
This is the reason why I write session summaries.
And you can ask Delano over here. Like, I have a good fucking memory, so this is driving me nuts. I remember shit about his characters that he told me years ago that he doesn't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Don't
shit.
forget, the suitcase are really nice here, apparently.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, and that was for try to find information on the tiefling woman or for the job up north or both.
He just really said anything. Like, if they really need any information or any help, they could always ask their sister branch.
Okay.
Or if you're looking for more jobs, because obviously it is a sister branch, so.
Yeah. Well, right now we do have two jobs up north we can do. One pertains to the woman that they have captured right now, and the other one is for the local magic shop around here.
Yeah, if it was that job to get the weird.
Scales or whatever.
Yeah.
Snakeskin.
Snakeskin, yeah. So, and the both of them are up near the north. So we do have that we can do, but I kind of feel like we might want to wait and see what information they get from the captive. See if it helps
Okay.
us.
So, if we're gonna wait a little while, then, why don't we have some fun? Bunch of games down there. Forced to watch them all day. What you say?
Yeah, Cordell could show you the archery range.
There's just like a bit of a. You guys want to spend the day leisurely away, just joining in the festivities and the music and the activities, the food. Very easy to do so as the day prior, and very much a lot better now that you feel that weight alleviated from your shoulders. And kind of like all the problems being dealt with as we speak, we're just waiting for a signal at this point.
Yep.
And
Before
it
the
isn't until rather late at night, around the time when a lot of the festivities are starting to wrap up. The music is starting to die down from whatever street performers are still out there. There are occasional magic casters that will perform little shows of like thaumaturgy and prestidigitation, pyrotechnics a little bit, just kind of messing around. All of it starts to kind of fade into a bit of a quiet lull now as start packing up and getting ready to go through the day. With the festival coming to its tail end, as you start to make your way back towards your inn for the rest of the night. Just kind of relax, get yourself a bit of a meal.
Checking the blacksmith first.
Yep, check on the blacksmith shield. As you go there, you see the man in front is back, and he kind of looks at you a little bit embarrassed. And he says,
Glad you're
hey,
awake.
you told me you passed by. Didn't think you'd come by when I stayed up all night. Sorry about that.
Did you happen to lose anything in the shop?
Oh, no. I mean, you got a pretty good guard dog back there, you know?
Okay, I gave him a fair warning. Didn't want to see you guys get stolen from.
Got yourself a kind heart. Sorry, I haven't really looked into your shield. I'm gonna be busy on this for a while. If you want to take it back, that's gonna take some more adjustments than I first thought.
Okay. Well, I do thank you for the work you did on it, and hopefully this holds, and I'll slip the coin back into it and put the little slider in and re-equip my shield. I missed
There you
it.
go. Get your +2 AC back.
And my built-in flashlight.
Built-in flashlight. And he immediately goes back to work on the schematics, which he's now on like rendition number 19. You'll be able to see on the corner of the page.
Holy cow!
Like he's very much hard at work trying to figure this out.
In like, would I have any knowledge of how to make stuff like this?
Unfortunately not. You've never really gone to smith work. You've never really bothered in like technological like creation stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen it done with the family and stuff, just not.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
Like you guys have like a branch of like here's our creators, here's our mechanists, here's our blacksmith, but you're like that's not my part.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll just kind of
Okay.
leave.
As you guys are making your way back towards the inn, Ashana, you'd get a voice in your head. Come to the South Fortress. And you would recognize the voice as
Yeah.
Cecil.
We'll be there soon.
Do you say anything to the rest of them?
Yes. So Cecil just contacted me through magical means, I'm guessing, and wants us to come to the South Fortress.
Do we know where that is?
Let's go.
Yeah, do we know where that is, actually? Good.
Yes, the fortress is the castle.
Oh,
She
okay.
has always referenced it as the fortress, while a couple of the council members have referenced it as a castle. Which is always a mixed message. If they're like, well, this is a castle. It's like, but this isn't a castle. No one lives here. It's a fortress. But it's a fucking castle. But no one lives here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I start heading that way.
As you do so, when you get towards the southern end of the fortress, you very much have a little bit of a struggle time looking for what it is she alluded to, until you notice one of the larger buildings is kind of split off from the town itself. Very much these two there. Just hard, solid stone brick buildings. Very easily you can tell that they are highly concentrated in guards. The barracks and the jail in question. And as you approach, there would be a brief moment where some of them kind of halt you. Or a moment of recognition kind of comes over them looking over your crew. They gesture over towards what you presume to be the jail side of things, where it has iron bars on whatever they pronounce as windows, a steel door. And as you walk inside, you would see Cecil over a counter, just kind of looking over paperwork, conversing with a receptionist there. And as you enter inside, she kind of looks at you with a bit of a hard glance. And you see her almost immediately turn her eye to Delana before focusing back on you, Ashana.
Can I give a side eye over to Delana? Just, huh.
I'm glad you came. I promised you a chance at her if you wanted it.
I think we had our, fun with her earlier. Have you been able to find any information from her?
A bit. Not that much. She is not fond of conversation.
Yeah.
What I do know is she seems to be a rather accomplished alchemist of some kind.
Okay.
And I take it you understand as much as I do that that means that she has probably created something rather dangerous. Once again, side-eyes Delana a little bit.
What is it you're not telling us? I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna pointedly look at her and look at Delana.
You have a test subject with you.
Excuse me?
And I take it you didn't know.
Look at Delana, look at her. What do you mean?
I'll start like
You don't see anything of note for the time being. But she continues. She spoke confident. Quite confident. In the fact that she now has a seed amongst a bundle of trees. The toughest and the strongest of them. Makes for a very good test subject. And with a little pushing and prodding.
keep that face at a game card. But just like with that look of would sort of come onto on his face and just be like, of course it'd fucking be me. Why fucking wouldn't it? And just that
A bit of questioning. Call it torture if you may. I got her to at the very least confess. You are the subject of her intrigue.
Great.
When she says a seed, what does she mean? Is this some kind of disease?
I haven't the faintest of ideas. I'm no alchemist. I'm no cleric. I am simply a guard and a fighter.
Do you have any alchemists in this city that you trust?
Not in the slightest.
How about outside of this city?
Closest one of my connections of which I can trust and put my faith into is 5 days out. That's at fast pace. And no interruptions.
Where at?
Make a persuasion check.
Shit.
You see her kind of take a pausing moment. I suppose I'll ask you, then, what would you do with that information?
I'll reach into my bag and pull out the vial, or whatever it was, glass jar vial.
Yeah, it's fine.
I hold it out. We're at. There's only one left out of her shipment that we torched. I'll put it back in my bag.
See, you're confused until you say her shipment, and that's when the recognition hits her. You watch as she kind of reaches into the desk of the receptionist, and immediately he backs off for a moment, and she pulls out a map of the continent. Go ahead and you can see that, and she points to right there. How you do it so I don't cover up the damn name.
I think we see Bill right
Yeah,
now.
we see Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys still see Bill? No.
We had a blank one before. Now we see Bill. Now we
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
There we
Okay.
go. Okay, goddamn it.
Where did you click?
Right there.
Okay.
So south. Shit.
She points to the very capital city itself. He's very well known. He has done great work for us at other continents, and it's incredible how he has quite the far reach. I don't understand it myself, but everyone on the council holds him to high regard, and I have no choice but to do it myself. And to this day, he has proven true.
Would you consider him a good person?
I consider him a man who would do anything for gold.
Do anything for what out of game?
Gold.
That is not good to hear.
On the contrary, I would say that is good to hear. At least you can tell he's being honest if you offer him the right price.
Yes, but if someone else offers him more,
Then you best offer him a good price.
well, since this is an issue plaguing this country, will the country offer a price for him?
Make a persuasion check.
Fuck me.
You see her kind of steal for a moment. Goes, you have already dealt with her shipment as it is, which means that it should be of no issue to us. But I'm at the very least willing to. Okay, we're wrapping up very soon anyway, so hopefully you won't be missing
Yeah.
that much.
No worries. Have a good one.
See ya.
See you, man.
All right. See ya.
I am more than willing to point you in the right direction, but as long as there's not proven an issue to us, but you personally, I'm sorry, I cannot stretch the aid of the council.
Well, you know that organization as well as I do, probably. And you know that that one shipment isn't going to be the end of it. For here or other places.
And I can keep a good eye out for it now, which I thank you very much. But
Very.
until I know what that vial can do, and she looked at Delana for that kind of specifically, I cannot offer any aid beyond information.
I can tell you what it does. When administered to a dead creature, it will bring them back to life as some mindless creature. Kind of like a zombie. Just a little bit more powerful. That is the
I've
information we have.
gone up against a necromancer once before. They use no alchemy of any kind. Why would anyone want that?
This could be mass produced, whereas a caster is limited to what they can cast per day.
That is not my jurisdiction. While worrying, I thank you for the information.
Well, it seems that you still have this type of issue happening up north. We have a job up there still to do, where these type of creatures seem to be running amok.
Indeed. My guards are attempting to hold them back as much as possible, but there's only so much they can cover.
Well, I would keep an eye on your borders and see what comes through, because any more of this, and this empire may be overrun.
Indeed. That's why I will be holding my ground and doubling the effort.
Well, do you have... Could you write us some letter for this alchemist? Something that'll help us get us through the door, at least. Someone of his renown might shoo away the rabble, so to speak.
You watch her think for a solitary moment. I have not dealt with them personally myself, so I would think that my own words wouldn't suffice, but I've heard he likes oddities.
I'll just kind of like grab my hair.
Possibly. So bring him something of intrigue, and I'm sure he will listen to you.
Look down
Look
and see
on
the...
Delana's face is kind of like, the fuck are you suggesting? Also, looking at this map, I can't help but look at the capital city for the Principality of Selenia.
Viglia?
Badgelia?
What's that?
Nothing.
The Dardan?
Huh?
Darden.
What do you mean?
Hold on. How do I view crowd in this thing? Does that name ring a bell? Ashana?
Darden.
I don't know
Far right.
where you
Put
sent it.
another A between the R and the D.
Daradon? Daradon?
I don't know where you typed it.
It's on the far right. Literally on the map.
It's
Oh,
the
There's
purple
Dardan.
circle in the-
Klenia.
Oh,
There's Sissia, and then there's Klenia. Klenia's on the far right.
I was looking at Sissia. Oh yeah, Dardan. Ha.
Yep.
That's his family's, or one side of the family's name or whatever.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. I didn't notice that. That could have been fun little things.
Yeah.
Huh. But, well, I guess we now have 2 avenues to pursue at this point in time. Try to help.
Was going to tell you in private, but since you wanted me to say it in public anyways, and she looks at you, Delana, keep yourself on a leash. I don't know what she's done to you, or what she speaks of, but I'd rather not find out it's something bad.
The only thing I can think of is she did charm her once, but that should not have done anything extra.
I do hope you'll find the answer soon, and perhaps even a cure of whatever it is she has done to you.
Yes. Me too. This like troubled look on her face.
I was slipped and Mickey at the dinner, wasn't I?
Huh?
I was slipped and Mickey at the dinner, wasn't I?
Who knows? Who knows?
The smile on your face gives it away, dude.
Oh.
I love
That
simple
and
things.
the timing, like right after we left the dinner, like con check. I'm like, motherfucker.
I was wondering about that. You.
Uh-huh. I had no like because it's roll 20.
You could make it a whisper, but yeah, that requires you to do hotkeys and stuff. And I'm just like,
Oh,
Yeah, I thought it was maybe him like doing a carryover from third edition about sleeping in armor type thing.
nah.
But damn it, son of
uh-huh.
a bitch.
But unless you
This
guys have,
means she and her organization can get close to the council, or is part of the council. One of the two. But this is information the character does not know.
yeah, who knows? So,
Well,
unless you guys have anything else you want to say,
It didn't roll bad either. I rolled a 15 on that phone check.
didn't.
yeah.
If you
No.
have anything else to say, exiting out of the jail with new information in hand, a new goal, and new worries. We'll come back to that next week and see what we can do.
Yeah.
The moment you walked up to her and she saw you, it was just like, yeah, she recognizes something. Yeah.
I still want to know what that whole "I have it with me."
Yeah.
Because all she had with her was money.
All she had with her was money.
Delana will mention
Well, actually,
that.
she didn't say I have it with me. She says, I have it, you know.
Oh, I have it.
So it wasn't I have it with me, it's I have it, you know. So she has something.
Okay.
Where and what? Who the fuck knows?
I will mention that to Cecil. She did say one odd thing during the confrontation. Quote, I have it, you know. End quote. To which I have no context.
Unfortunately, neither do I.
She too may be infected with whatever this is. So I would keep an extra guard on her just in case. And extra
Indeed.
strong restraints.
Until we feel we are safe with information we have gathered from her, her execution has been delayed.
Fair enough. Try to find out where she stashed the rest of her stuff, because she has more equipment.
These shady people always do, don't they?
Check the local stables. We were told that she usually came through with a cart full of wares and stuff from the capital.
Very good to know.
Yeah.
I have my work cut out for you.
Oh. Kind of give her a nod and head out. Just, yeah. God.
Plenty of stuff to work on next week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
See where this
boy.
all goes.
Plenty to fucking think
Well,
about.
by
too.
the way, I love that it was you, by the way. I love that it was just like, yeah, it was her. Yeah.
So was it just where I... Oh, fuck.
What?
You get it?
Yeah, I got it.
I think you remembered. I think you remembered.
What?
Well, you with great memory, don't you remember?
I'm not putting the clues together on this one.
I was the only one to touch the dude for an extended period of time. Getting him off the little girl.
Is that
So many possibilities, that's all I'm gonna say.
that Yeah, because I touched him too. I know that, but
But
Well, you
I
went to
held.
touch him, but you
I
noticed
still
there was
said I
a
put my
mark.
hand on his shoulder.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh yeah, you did. Yes, you said as like an apology. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I held him for like an extended period of time, which I kind of intended to let him go, but I forgot to say it. So,
Mhm.
oops.
I
So
mean,
like
either
the
way, that
dude's
would have
just
been
sitting
like
there,
that would
like
have been like probably like 5 seconds at max
Yeah.
of like
but
that
still, it
that
was like a.
grapple.
I held him for like a full round at that point. That's
That's
still
what I'm saying.
like
Like it would have been like 5 6 seconds of
Yeah.
you holding him like that.
yeah.
It's not very
So
long.
it wasn't that long, but it was a decent amount of time.
There's that.
But not the case.
Fuck.
You guys got some stuff to think through. Got some stuff to plan
Ah,
through.
because you said that you loved that it happened to be me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the only one that held him for anything resembling an extended period of time.
All I'm gonna say is there are possibilities all around, and that's what I love so much about planting this seed. Well, you guys got stuff to think about now.
And if that, or like my arm is magically cursed, or but
All right.
Fuck.
I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully
all
we
right,
get
see
Alright.
you
Gorgal in
guys.
as well.
Yeah,
And we'll
hopefully
see
we
what
get.
we can do here, because I'm starting to set up some seeds, and I'm loving it.
That's interesting. God damn it. Okay. I'm gonna be
It's
sitting there
never
trying
a
to
good
figure.
sign when you hear the DM saying, I love seeds.
Oh, trust me, I know. And now my mind is just sitting there trying to put it together. Fuck.
You're trying to like filter through everything. It's like what had Delana, what had Delana, what had Delana, what had Delana.
I'm like going through every little moment of how that went down, what possible avenues you would have gone through, because I've been there, I've done it. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Well, I'll see you guys next week. I cannot
All right,
wait.
see ya.
Alright, man. See
See you
ya.
guys.
Alright, guys. That's gonna be it for us, and I'll be back next week. Have a good one.